Mary here, joining you for our yoga class today. So grab your mat, grab some water, and let's get started. Okay, we're going to start in seated position. So whatever feels comfortable for you. If you want to be cross-legged or if you want one or both legs out in front, you can do that. And we're just coming into the breath for right now. So if you just want to get a nice tall spine, kind of wiggle out whatever might be kind of stirring up inside. We're going to work out all of that as we go through the class. So as we start, let's take a collective inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, just let everything go. And you can do that again if you like, and when you feel ready, you can breathe in and out through your nose. Just notice the breath as it draws in, and then as it slowly flows out. Begin to clear your mind of your thoughts from the day, from those thoughts that might be coming in for what you need to do today. Just let them all rest to the side, because they'll be there when we finish our class. We're going to take this time for ourselves so we can rejuvenate and prepare for what is ahead today. Notice if you have any extra tension built into the back of the neck or your shoulders, or maybe into your hips, that you can work on today to let it go. See if you can feel the breath deepen down into your belly, into your side ribs, maybe into your low back. And if you're not sure exactly how that's supposed to feel, you can put your hand on your belly or your hands on your side ribs, and just see if you can move your hands away from the body with the breath when you breathe in. And then see if you can feel your hands collapse in towards the center as you breathe out. Give the air a little bit of assistance as you exhale. And if you can, try to come back to this style of breath throughout the whole class. It really does help clean everything inside the body. It's that cleansing that helps you feel better. It's the drawing in of the deeper breath that rejuvenates, oxygenates all the blood, oxygenates through the brain, helps you feel more awake, and just a reconnection with the body. Let's take one more deep breath in the nose. Pause at the top of the inhale. Exhale, let it go. Let's take our hands to the sides. Inhale, lift the arms over your head. Link your fingers together. Turn the palms towards the sky. Just a nice, easy stretch. One arm or both at the same time. Do what feels good. Feel the side stretch. Maybe bring one or both arms behind your head a little bit. Maybe turning a little bit one direction and the other, just to feel like a good morning stretch here. And let's take one more deep breath. Exhale, let go of the arms out to the sides. And let's take ourselves into an all fours position. Hands right below your shoulders, fingers are wide, knees right below your hips. Let's take a breath in. As we exhale, we're arching up into cat pose. Feel the vertebrae separate as you lift your spine up, chin to your chest, tailbone tucking under. As you inhale, release your spine to the floor, belly to the floor, eye gaze forward a little bit, maybe 2 or 3 feet in front of your fingertips. Tailbone is up. As we exhale, into that cat back again. Maybe now press your hands away from the knees and just see if that gives you a little extra stretch between your shoulder blades. And then as you inhale, dropping the belly down, open the collarbones, feel the hands try to press in towards your knees. One more time, exhaling up into cat, pressing hands away, tailbone under, chin to chest. Inhale into cow, tailbone up, eye gaze forward. Draw those hands to your knees and bring everything back to neutral. Maybe a little bit of tail wag side to side if you need that little extra motion for your low back. And let's walk the hands out about another hands width forward. Tuck under your toes for down dog. We're going to inhale, lift the knees up, shift your hips back and straighten out your legs to get a best down dog that we can. I know it's going to be a little stiff just first thing in the morning. You can start pedaling out your heels one at a time to the floor. And as you do so, you want to feel your fingers again splayed wide, Try to lift your elbows and shoulders away from the wrists. Lengthen out through the tailbone, maybe tailbone tilting up towards the sky. Maybe shake your head a little bit, yes and no, just to kind of work out everything in the neck and see if there's any kind of tension that you're going to be able to work out today. Let's take one more deep breath in the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, press forward to your high plank. Make your adjustment if you need to. I'm going to move my feet back a little bit, get my plank a little bit longer here. Always pressing shoulders away from the floor. Take an inhale, lift your hips up and back into down dog. And then come back forward into your high plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, hips up and back down dog. And press forward. Take a breath. Inhaling or exhaling each direction. You choose what works better for you. Usually when you're going higher, that's your exhale. When you go lower, that's your inhale. But do what feels good for your body. So a little movement forward and back. The next time you come into your down dog, use your core to lift your hips up and back. Just don't push back through your hands. Use your core. We're going to focus a little bit on the core this morning. Give a little extra oomph to our midsection. So next time you come into your down dog, let's pause there. Just another kind of wiggle if you need that. Nice stretch through the back of the legs. Take another deep breath in and out. Eye gaze forward. Walk your feet to your hands to a forward fold. Hands to your shins. Half lift up, flat back. Exhale, chair pose. Circle arms around and up. And you can keep your arms up or hands can come down to your heart center. If you prefer arms up but it doesn't feel good in your shoulders, take your arms wider. So if you have more of a V position with the arms, that works well too. You can try to turn your palms towards the back so your fingers are turning in. So if your arms are straight up, may not be as much of a rotation. If your arms are out wider, it might be a little more rotation. If your hands are at heart center, gently press all the fingers and thumbs and palms of the hands together. Keep everything active. Let's take another deep breath in. Exhale, circle arms down and around. Get a little deeper into your chair. Press through, stand tall, mountain pose. Exhale, come into your chair. So you can keep your arms up or your hands to your heart center. 3 more just like that. Circle around, get a little deeper. Press through your feet, stand tall, stretch tall. Come down to your chair. Again, use whatever variation of your hands you like. Come down a little deeper, press through and up. Come down to your chair, fourth time, I guess. And then circle down, around, and up. One more time, stay tall, and a little back bend. Take your lower rib up to the sky. It's a little bit of a back bend arch. And then hands to your heart center to the floor, forward fold. Hands to your shins, half lift up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the floor, step your feet back, come into your down dog. Let's inhale the right leg up for 3-legged dog. Keep that leg up as you come into your high plank. Inhale, hips up and back into that 3-legged dog. Press forward into your high plank. One more time, we're going to press up and back, 3-legged dog. Come into your high plank. And now put the foot down, chaturanga. So knees or toes, bend your elbows to the floor. Come to your forearms for cobra. If you like the up dog, hands under your shoulders to lift up top. The feet can press into the floor. And then hips up and back, down dog. When you get to your down dog, inhale the heels up, exhale the heels down, deepen the breath, calm the mind. One more time, lift and lower, deepen that breath again. And this time the other leg lifts up, 3-legged dog, and press forward to your high plank. Keep the leg lifted, press up and back, down dog. So we're using the core muscle to bring our hips up and back. Press forward to your high plank. Inhale, up and back, down dog. One more time, press forward. Lift back, 3-legged dog. Come forward to your high plank. Lower the leg down. Knees or toes, chaturanga lower. Cobra or up dog. Get that stretch in the low back by tucking under the tailbone. And then hips up and back, down dog. When you're in down dog, inhale the heels up. Exhale, heels down. Get a good stretch into your toes. The back of the feet. Back of the legs. One more deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Eye gaze forward. Walk your feet to your hands. Forward fold. Hands to shins. Half lift up, flat back. Exhale, chair pose. Circle arms around and up. Hands to your heart center. Take both arms out in front of you. Palms face each other. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, the spine stays tall, but we're going to twist. We're going to take one arm out to the side. Your eye gaze follows. So you can keep your arms spread nice and wide. Reach out long through your fingertips. If you can't turn your eye gaze all the way, just try to look out of your peripheral vision. See the other hand behind you. And then come back to center. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, rotate the other side. Notice if you're still lowering your chair or if you've come up a little bit. Again, nice stretch out through your fingertips. Another deep breath. Exhale the hand back to the center. One more time each side. Breathe in first. Exhale, twist. Trying to keep those knees to the front without turning the hips. I know sometimes it's challenging. And then come back to the center. Breathe in. Exhale, rotate. Nice stretch out through those fingers again. See if you can see the hand behind you, at least through your peripheral vision. And then come back to the center. Hand circle around and up. Stand tall, mountain pose. Reach up and back if you wish for that little back bend. Exhale, hands to the heart center, forward fold. Hands to your shins. Half lift up, flat back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Step your feet back into down dog. Nice deep breath in. Stay here, exhale. Let's inhale the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that foot between your hands and spiral up into a warrior two. So you're sideways on your warrior two. Front knees bent over the front heel, which you're pressing down into that front leg. Back leg is nice and strong. You want to press into the outside of the back foot. Shoulders relax down. You want to feel your shoulder blades come together behind you while you're still reaching out long through your arms. Let's take the back arm to the front hand. You're going to pull the elbow back like you're pulling the bowstring back, and then straighten out the arm. Take the arm around to the front. Pull the bowstring back, squeeze behind that shoulder blade, extend the arm straight back. One more time. Bring the arm around, pull the elbow back, extend the arm back behind you. Now we're going to turn our eye gaze to that back hand. Keep your eye gaze there. Your back hand comes to the front hand, same thing. Pull the bowstring back and extend your arm back. You're just feeling stretch in the neck, different direction. There you go. So it'll be our left arm.
Okay, left arm.
To the front.
Okay.
You're still looking behind your left shoulder.
Still looking behind. Okay.
Yeah, and then you pull your left elbow back and left arm straightens. Yes, there you go. Perfect. There we go. Let's go one more time. Again, just a different direction, the stretch. You might feel a lot more stretched with that right arm with your head turned away. And then keep both arms out for that parallel position on warrior two. Your eye gaze turns back to the front hand. Take an inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands to the floor. Front leg goes back down dog. Inhale, the heels up and down. You can stay here, or you can press warrior to a high plank. You can stay in high plank or lower down chaturanga. And when you lower, you can stop at hover and then come back up if you wish. You can do up dog, you can do cobra, do what feels good for your body. And then toes under, hips up and back, down dog. And we're all meeting back in down dog with an inhale, the heels up. Exhale, heels down. The left leg inhales up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward between your hands. Back foot is flat, windmill up into your warrior two. So again, your front knees bent over the front heel. Press down into that front leg. Press down into the outside of your back foot. Relax down your shoulders. Draw shoulder blades together. Now the back arm is reaching to the front. Pull that elbow back and extend the arm. Two more just like that. Find your breath that works for you. Nice slow inhale, exhale. One more time around. And then pause. Now we're going to turn our eye gaze to the back arm. Keep the eye gaze back there. Your back arm reaches forward. Elbow pulls back. Squeeze the shoulder blade. Extend the arm behind you again. We'll go two more times. Again, deepen the breath. Feeling what stretch might be happening or not in the body. It's all good. Then on that last one, we'll pause. Eye gaze back to the front. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, windmill hands to the floor. Your front leg goes back, down dog. Inhale the heels up. Exhale, heels down. Press forward to high plank. You can stay here or you can do your chaturanga. It's your choice. Do what feels good. And then hips up and back, down dog. Inhale the heels up. Exhale, heels down. Let's inhale the right leg up. Exhale, bring it between the hands. Back foot turns flat. Come up, warrior one. So now we're facing the front of the mat. So you're trying to turn your hips as much to the front as you can. Then your ribs turn the rest of the way, shoulders turn the rest of the way, arms reach up. So you should feel a spiral in the spine because a lot of people cannot get their hips facing straight forward. So there's a spiral to turn your ribs and shoulders to the front. Your arms can stay up or they can be at your heart center. We're going to stay here just to kind of feel the strength in that front leg to press through your front heel. Press through the outside of the back foot, so you might even feel that back thigh really engage and lift a little bit more. You're going to feel that all the way into your buttocks. We're going to take one more deep breath. As we exhale, we're going to bring that front knee in, turn sideways, come back out to your warrior two. Nice, so warrior two. We're going to take this into what we call warrior hug. So you reach your front arm up, the bottom arm goes in front of your belly. Take a breath in. Exhale, you're going to switch the arms. So you're going to lean over that front leg a little bit. Yeah, there you got it.
Backwards.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, backwards works too. Here we go. Come up, because we're kind of going backwards. One direction. Yes, perfect. And then go back the other way. Watch where your front knee is. You want to keep it where you can see your big toe on the inside of the front knee. We'll go 2 more times, reaching each direction. This is for a side stretch. So my front side is stretching when I lean back. My back side is stretching when I lean forward. 1 more time each direction. And our last time. Come back up to your warrior two. Awesome. Let's windmill. Hands to the floor. Front leg goes back, down dog. And your option, that chaturanga, if you want to stay in down dog or stay in plank or do a chaturanga with a hover, cobra, up dog, your choice. And then all meet in down dog. 1 inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Left leg comes up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward. Warrior one, face the front of your mat. So when you look at your feet, your front foot would intersect the arch of your back foot. That's your alignment. Sometimes it just hurts people, so I want your back foot wider if that hurts your hips or any other part. But if you can, put that alignment in and start turning your hips to the front. And then you really got to engage your muscles to turn your hips. Then your ribs turn the rest of the way, and then your shoulders. Reaching your arms up. Try to get as deep as you can. Press into that front heel. Press into the outside of the back foot. Make it all work for you here. Feel that nice stretch up through the spine. Feel your shoulders relax down. Your hands can be at your heart center. It's always an option for you. Just take 1 more deep breath in. Stay here, exhale. This time, let's inhale the front knee in. Turn your body sideways, and then exhale your knee out over that front middle toe. You can see your big toe on the inside of your front knee. Warrior two. Warrior two hugs. Inhale, reach up and back. That's a reverse warrior. Exhale, coming forward. Sometimes it's called side angle. Inhaling up and back. It's not a true side angle, but that's the direction we're going. So take your time. Keep the spine long. Reaching each way. Use that top arm to increase that stretch through your side. Use your breath, full exhale, to brace the insides. Help support your body as you bend one way and the other. This is our last time each direction. Come back up to warrior two. Relax down your shoulders 1 more time. Take an inhale. Exhale, windmill, hands to the floor. Front leg goes back, down dog. Stay here or go through the chaturanga flow if you wish. Again, do what feels good. And get back to your down dog. We'll inhale, heels up. And exhale, heels down. Perfect. Let's inhale the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring it between the hands. Windmill up into warrior two. Let's go reverse warrior. We're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to focus on drishti, and that's just a single pointedness. That's our eye gaze at one single point. So it could be right at the fingertip. It could be a point on the sky. Take one more breath. Exhale, release, come back out, warrior two. Reset your body if you need to. Take an inhale. Exhale, side angle. So for this, we're going to first rest our arm across the thigh, hand to your shoulder, and then extend forward. That usually helps the shoulder get into the side angle position. The angle is your back heel, going all the way out through your fingertips. And then if you want to straighten out that front arm, you can. So now you have it pressing against the inner thigh, or maybe a little bit lower, your hands pressing against your shin, or maybe you're able to reach the floor. Maybe you have a really deep in, so you can. It really depends on how your body feels. Keep rolling the shoulders open. You're contracting your core so you can hold the static position. Take one more deep breath. As you exhale, bring that left arm up to the sky, but don't come all the way up. We're going to take that left arm down to the floor. Pivot your back heel up. Bring your hands to the inside of your front foot and bring your back knee down. Little stretch here, lizard pose. So you can uncurl your back toes. You can stay lifted with your knee on the floor, or you can tuck under the toes and lift your knee up if that feels like a better stretch. I'm looking for your front thigh to feel the stretch on that hamstring, your back hip flexor area, quadricep to feel that stretch. We're going to stay 2 more deep breaths. Keeping the spine elevated. Think about bringing your chin in. Think about creating a double chin, if you can, for a moment. And see if you feel stretch in the back of the neck with that. Let's take one more breath. And let's exhale. Moving into another work for abs position. Tuck under your back toes if they're not. Lift your knee away from the ground. You might want to bring yourself up enough that you can kind of give a little release to those muscles in your hips. Keep the left hand down, right arm out to the side. Take a breath in. Exhale, rotate the ribs towards the sky. Try to keep your right hip back. It's going to want to come forward. Keep the right hip back. Long length on the left side of the body. Your eye gaze trying to travel up to that hand. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, release that hand back down to the floor. Let's turn our back foot flat and windmill ourselves back up into warrior two. Hopefully you felt your abs engaged when you did that. Take another breath in. Exhale, windmill hands to the floor. Front leg goes back, down dog. And then press forward to your high plank if you wish to go through any motions here, or just to stay in your plank, or stay in your down dog. And hips up and back when you're finished with whatever series you wish to go through. Let's inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, lower the heels down. Let's inhale, the left leg up. Exhale, bring it between your hands. Back foot turns flat. Come up into our warrior one. Turn those hips, ribs, shoulders as much as we can to the front again. Nice reach up through the fingertips. But see if you can relax your shoulders down. Whether arms are up or in heart center, relax the shoulders down. Let's inhale the front knee in. Exhale, turn sideways to warrior two. Send that knee back out. Reach those arms out. Let's inhale up and back, reverse warrior. Back hand is light on the back leg. Feel that stretch in the front ribs. Find your drishti gaze. You can take your back hand around to your low back. Notice if you're kind of focused, maybe kind of not focused. And ask yourself why. What can I do to change it? Maybe follow the breath a little bit more. Let's take our next exhale. Come back out into our warrior two for side angle. So front arm across the front leg. Bend your elbow, hand to shoulder, and then extend the arm forward. A lot of times we are resting on that front leg, and that's perfectly fine, but if you feel like you've got a lot of energy, you can hover the arm over that leg. You can straighten the arm, press it against the inner thigh. Take your hand, press it against your shin. Go where it feels right for your body. Roll that top shoulder open a little bit. Take another deep breath. Stay here, exhale. Inhale the arm up to the sky. Exhale the hand to the floor. Let's pivot the back heel up. Hands are to the inside of your front foot. And then lower down the hips. Again, you can keep the back knee off the floor or you can lift. You can put the knee down. Just untuck your toes. See if you can create the double chin on this side. There's a lot of talk out there about the tech neck. That's where you've got your head tilted forward and now you can see rounding in people's neck and upper back area. And that's because we're looking down, not just at our cell phones, but when we're typing, we've got everything angled downward instead of angled in line with our eyes. So if you can imagine, if you're walking around looking at your phone right in front of your face, you wouldn't have to tuck your chin down at all, and we wouldn't create this tech neck that we're getting. So to correct it, we are, first of all, to be aware that we're doing it, and then bring your chin in so you can start strengthening those postural muscles that we've weakened because we've let our head drop forward. Let's take one more deep breath. Stay here, exhale. And tuck under the back toes. If they're not already, lift your back knee up. Keep the right hand down, the left arm's reaching out to the side. Breathe in. Exhale, rotate. Reach that left arm up towards the sky. See if your eye gaze can follow. Yeah, sometimes we just get too tight in the neck area. We're already tight enough in other parts. We don't want to add to. Let's tighten the body. But see if you can feel that left hip pull back. And help strengthen the hip area, stretches it a little bit more. Let's take one more breath. Exhale the left hand down to the floor. Front leg goes back into down dog. Pedal out your heels. Let your hips go a little bit side to side. And one more chaturanga, press forward to your high plank. You can just hold it here if you don't want to go all the way through this series. But you can certainly come on down. Come into cobra. Come into up dog, and then our hips up and back down dog. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Press forward to high plank. We're coming down to the forearms. We're going into a forearm plank. So we're going to work on specifically our core muscles a little bit. Tuck on your tailbone so that you have the front of the hips and your ribs come together. Perfect. There we go. Now stay here, but slide your hips a little bit left, a little bit right. They don't drop. The hips stay the same distance away from the floor. They just slide side to side. You can go as far one way as the other, whatever feels good. And then bring your hips back to the center. Press through your forearms, lift your hips up and back. This is dolphin pose. Come back into your high plank. Breathe in. Exhale, hips up and back. Use your core to lift the hips up into dolphin. 2 more. Come down into your plank. Breathe in. Exhale, squeeze your abs, lift up. Just imagine squeezing lifts those hips up. You don't even have to put any effort into it. Think of it that way. One more time. Press up and back. And then come back into our forearm plank. Come to your knees. Take your knees wide. Shift your hips back, child's pose. Reach your arms straight out in front. Take a moment. You can move around in your child's pose. Ideally, you're able to stretch your fingers way out in front. Try to keep your elbows off the floor. That'll keep your stretch active. You can press into the fingertips so that the palms of the hands lift up. You can press into your palms and lift your fingertips up. Both of those give you a different sensation of stretch through the upper back. Just take one more deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Press forward, coming into a side forearm plank. So you might want to just roll over to one side. If this bothers your shoulders, come all the way down. So you have your legs out in front of you, and you'll just lift up and you will hold in this position. Otherwise, on your forearm, elbow right below the shoulder, bottom knee is going to be bent if you like. Lift your hips up. Your hand can be on the floor to help you get there. You can straighten out your legs. One foot in front of the other or stacked. You can bring one arm up if you like. You can bring a leg up, wherever you want to go. So if you want to close your eyes and just see how your balance feels there, that's kind of a cool sensation to see what's happening. Check in with your body sensations. Lift the shoulder away from the floor. Keep the collarbones open, hips lifted, breathing. There's a lot going on here. 4, counting down, 3, 2, and slowly come down. Nice. I'm going to roll to the other side or sit up and switch sides. I'm going to sit up and switch sides. That way I can see everybody. All right, so same thing on this side. We're on the forearm. The elbow is right below the shoulder. Bottom leg can be bent or straight. Hand on the floor to help you lift. Sometimes it's easier to get there first, and then you can kind of work into all your different positions that you wish to try. Legs can be straight. They can be staggered. They can be stacked. They can have top leg lifted. Nice job. Keep breathing. Counting down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release back down. And coming back to your forearms, I'm just going to switch sides here one more time. All right, toes under. And we're going to lift up, coming into dolphin pose. This time for dolphin, we're going to walk our feet in as close as we can. So we got more weight into the upper body. Try to relax your neck a little bit. Deep breath in and out. If you want to try one leg lifted, you can. If you have your leg lifted, stay there for another 3, 2, and 1, and lower it down. And we'll try the other leg lift if you wish. Keep your neck relaxed, shoulders pressed away from the elbows for 3, 2, and 1. Lower the leg if it's lifted, and knees back down and wide. Shift it back one more time into your child's pose. Keep the elbows lifted. Deep breath into your sides. Exhale, let it go. And then bring yourself, your knees together. Going into camel pose. So if you need some cushion, you can fold that mat towards you a couple times. And we're going to come up onto the knees. So if this doesn't work for you, I'm going to have you be in a seated position, whatever works for you there. Hands behind you, fingers out to the sides, and you're just going to lift your lower rib up to the sky. That's what we're going to be doing in camel. It's designed to open the front of the body. All right, so if you're on your knees, they're about hip distance, shoulder distance apart. Hands to the low back, open hands or fists. Top of the feet on the floor or toes tucked under. Squeeze your buttocks around your tailbone. Squeeze your thighs, push your hips forward first. Now lengthen the spine up. Keep your eye gaze a little bit forward, especially if you have neck issues. But if you're okay, you can take your head up and back. But keep squeezing the bottom half of your body. Keep lengthening your spine up and back. If you want to reach one hand back to a heel and reach the other arm up, you can. We're going to do this twice, by the way. Or you can reach both fingers back. But this is a back bend that we're actually doing. So think of it as back bending, lower it to the sky. And they're going to release, slowly come back up. Come into an all fours. So we can go into a cat position to kind of round out the spine that we just bent the opposite direction. Give it a little bit of release. And then come back. One more time. So getting our position, thighs are strong. We're squeezing the buttocks around the tailbone, hands on the low back. Press your hips forward, reach your ribs up and back. Create that back bend. Again, if you want to reach back for the other heel, you can have toes tucked under or the toes are flat, either way. Or you have both hands back there. Pay attention to how your neck feels. Feel the front collarbones open. Take one more breath. Exhale, release up and into your all fours. Nice and gentle into the reverse stretch. Arching up the spine, kind of like a cat. You can go a little bit or a lot into your cat. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, let go. And then toes tucked under. Walk your hands forward a little bit. Hips up and back, down dog. When you get to your down dog, inhale the heels up. Exhale, heels down. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Three-legged dog. The right leg inhale lifts. Exhale comes forward between your hands. We're going into a split stretch. So walk your hands forward a little bit. Keep a micro bend in your standing knee. Lift the other leg behind you. We're not lifting the hips yet. Standing split, your hips are parallel to the floor. Your foot is flexed and toe pointed to the floor. Take another breath. Stay here, exhale. Now rotate your left hip up to the sky as much as you can. You might be able to lift the back leg a little higher. Now, if you want to stay here, perfect. If you want to try to release your left hand away from the floor a little bit or a lot, you can do that. If you can reach your shoulder and your arm up to the sky, you've created your half moon pose. It's a great opener for your hips. You'll probably feel a lot of stretch into the thigh of the standing leg. Take another breath. Exhale, release the hand to the floor, release your hips square to the floor. Take that lifted leg back down. Hands to your shins, half lift up, flat back. Exhale, chair for a moment, arms around and up into your heart center. And just see how you feel. Take one more breath. Exhale, forward fold. Now we're going to take the right leg, take it back and lift. Micro bend stays in the left knee. Keep your hips square, keep the lifted leg, foot flexed. Toes should face the floor. If the toes don't, that means your hips are lifted a little bit. Take another breath. Exhale out. Now turn your hips to the sky. Let's lift that leg up as high as we can go. Keep that micro bend in your standing leg. Lift, lift, lifts. Take one more breath. Stay here as you exhale. Now, try that half moon pose. Take that right arm up to the sky. Rotate your right shoulder up if you can. You can always look up with your top hand if you like. It's hard to balance that way. I don't go there very often. Just take one more breath. Exhale, release the right hand to the floor. Square your hips to the floor. And then that back leg comes down. Feet side by side. Toes touch a little bit. Heels apart. Hands to your shins. Half lift up, flat back. Exhale, chair. Circle arms round and up and to your heart center. Pause here and let's see how we feel. Take one more breath. Exhale out. Press through your feet, stand tall. Mountain pose. Let's parallel the feet. Let's try our dancer pose. So with our dancer pose, if you have a wall or a chair that you can put your hand on to kind of help balance you, that helps you get deeper into the pose. This is the one with your arm holding your foot behind you. So you can start with your arms wherever it feels good for your balance here. Pick one leg or the other. We're going to do both. You're going to bring one leg up. Try to find the inside ankle. Now if that causes your hamstring to cramp, bring your knee in front, hold the front ankle, and then bring the leg back. Don't worry about moving your hand to the inside until your hamstring feels okay with that. Then you can stay here because our ideal stretch is going to be in the quadricep and the hip flexor. But if you want to extend that leg back, you can do that. Now you're creating a back bend. You're also creating stretch through this front shoulder chest area. And this is where it's helpful if you can hold on to something because then you can really get a little bit deeper into that if that's where you want to go. Find the open space in your chest. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Slowly coming out of the posture. And then relax. And then we'll try the other side. So again, if you need to, knee comes in front. Hold the front ankle, bring the leg back. Or kick the foot up behind you. And then find where that stretch is in the front of the thigh. If you wish, you can kick that foot into your hand. Find the openness in the front chest, in the shoulder. Again, just go where it feels like a really good stretch for your body. For 3, keep breathing. 2, and 1, and release. Coming back out. Reach arms around and up, deep inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart center, forward fold. Hands to your shins, half lift up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees, press through your feet to stand tall. You're rolling up, your chin stays towards your chest. Shoulders come up and back, and then your head comes up the last. Nice, tree pose. So I'm going to face you on the tree pose. So this one, pick either leg you want to start on. I'm starting on this one. So we're going to take the knee and bend it. Toe stays on the floor, then the knee turns out to the side. From here, you can work that foot up to the inside of the opposite leg, above or below the knee. And if you wish, you can take your arms out to the sides. They can lift overhead. They can be asymmetrical. You can keep them moving to see what feels good for your tree here for today. If you kind of feel this happening in the body, you're going to feel your buttocks squeezing around your tailbone, your core is strong, your ribs lifting up away from your hips, your shoulders relaxed down. There's a lot going on in this tree. Just take one more breath. We're going to stay here as we exhale, but now I want you to bring your knee to the front, maybe arms out to the sides. Pick your knee up about hip high, flex your foot, extend it forward, and then pulse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee in, stay there. Now extend your leg back. Airplane pose. I know. Did I trick you? I didn't mean to. There you go, just a little bit. You can have that foot real close to the floor if you need it, but you can really extend it up away from the ground if you like. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee up to the center one more time, and then release it back down. Awesome. It's all hard work for that ankle. I know, but that works it really well. Move it around. Good strengthening for the ankle. We need strong ankles. All right, here we go. Other side for tree pose. Bend the knee, turn the knee out, and then lift your foot wherever you wish for it to go. And then remember, this is a hip opener, so the hips stay forward. We don't want our hips turning with the leg. Arms go where it feels good for your tree. Maybe wiggle those fingers, little tree leaves floating in the air. Getting to be ready to have fall happen. We'll see when it's here. So squeezing the buttocks, lift your ribs. One more breath. Pause here. We're going to bring that knee to the front. Flex the foot. Extend your leg forward and pulse for 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Bend the knee. Extend the leg behind you for airplane. It's also warrior 3 when you get your arms forward. You can go there as well. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot to the floor. Oh, I didn't bring the knee in first. Sorry. Knee in and then foot to the floor. Y'all got it though. All right, arms up. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to the heart center, to the floor. Hands to your shins. Half lift up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. All right, heel to walk your feet out. We're going to do a little stretch here before we come all the way down to the floor. So garland pose. Your feet are about shoulder width or a little wider when you do this. Toes turned out to the corners of the room. Bending through your knees. You may not be able to get down very far, so go as far as you can. You can always straighten those legs a little bit if you need to. For some people, they need to be on the toes. So if that's you, you can come down to your toes and come down and get to that stretch. If you don't have a blanket close by or two, probably be better to have support underneath your heels when you do this. If you're not able to get your heels flat. But if you can come flat, bring your hands to your heart center, press your legs and your arms together. That increases the movement of the muscle, helps you stretch a little bit deeper. Counting down from 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the floor. Somehow bring yourself down to seated position, whichever way your body is agreeable to that. So let's work our abs just a little bit more here. We're going to start seated, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Arms in front, shoulders relaxed down. Nice tall spine. I want your belly to feel like it's coming into your spine and up underneath the rib cage. So let it come in and up. And we're going to come back halfway in a hinge position. So we're not rounding the spine. We want to come back to where you kind of feel that little shaky point. At any time you need to use hands on your legs, you can do so. Take a breath in. Exhale, come back upright. We're going to add on to this. Breathe in. Exhale, hinge back. Try to lift one foot a little bit or a lot away from the floor. Set it down. The other leg, lift it up a little bit or a lot. Set it down. Inhale, come back up. Different ways to breathe. You choose what works for you. Exhale, hinge back. We're adding on. This time, walk your feet in. See if you can balance your feet off the floor. Maybe extend one or both legs up or down. We're in boat pose. Feet to the floor. Walk them out. Come back up. Breathe in. Exhale, come back. This is our last one here. So again, you can alternate one foot up and the other. You can walk your feet in. You can pick your feet up. You can extend them up a little bit or a lot for your boat pose. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet down. Walk them out in front. Come back up. Breathe in. And now we're going to roll all the way down, but this time we're going to roll our spine. So tuck under your tailbone, chin to your chest, and slowly as you can, roll it down. Keep the belly in and up underneath your rib cage. And as you slowly make it all the way down, we say, oh, good. All right. Here we go. Walk the feet in, knees one at a time to your chest. Kind of wiggle around a little bit, kind of get your spine to lengthen out there. Both legs up to the sky. We're going to climb our rope. Reach one arm up to the sky. Grab that rope, pull it down. The other side reaches up and pulls down. So as you reach, you're taking the opposite shoulder blade higher to the sky. Exhaling as you lift. Inhale as you lower for 4, 3, 2, and last one. Head down, knees to chest, little rock side to side. Now we're going to take our hands underneath the buttocks, take the legs back up to the sky, lower one leg halfway down, the other leg halfway down, take the legs apart a little bit, and then crisscross the legs. Apart a little bit, crisscross the legs. If you don't need your hands underneath your buttocks, take them out to the sides, palms up. Keep the shoulder blades down. Now you can take your legs a little bit lower to the floor if you need a little bit more work, but watch your low back. We want to keep that low rib pressing down so we just have a tiny arch in that low back. Last 4, and 3, and 2, and last 1. Bring the legs apart, legs together, knees into the chest. Little rock side to side, massage your low back. You can turn your head left to right if your neck feels a little bit tight. And we're going to go into bridge. So feet to the floor. Your fingers can almost reach your heels. We're going to tuck under the shoulder blades. Take a breath in. As you exhale, squeeze your buttocks. Press your heels to lift up. Engage your back muscles to lift your chest, your heart up higher to the sky. Keep your nose pointing up towards the sky as well. We're going to lift the heels away from the floor so you're on the balls of the feet if you like, and then lower the heels down. If that bothers you, you can try one heel at a time, or just don't lift one heel up and down. Just keep the heels on your mat. Let's try 3 more, lift and lower. Squeeze through the buttocks. Lift the upper back. Last one, and then slowly release your spine down a vertebrae at a time. Tailbone's the last to touch. One knee at a time into the chest, little rock side to side. And then one more bridge. If you like doing wheel, hands will go underneath your shoulders, and then you'll press yourself up high enough you can get to the top of the head, and then you can arch up, and I'll show you that. Otherwise, continue with what we just did with this last bridge. Just keep your nose pointing up, and you'll lift your hips up. You can lift your heels if you wish. All right, so if you're doing the wagon wheel, we're going to lift ourselves up enough that you can get to the top of the head. Now you can stay here, but if you wish, straighten out your arms and lift up as much as you can. Again, this is the back bend. Tailbone, tuck it under. Ribs to the sky. And then when you lower down to the head, and then release down gently. Everybody slowly come on down if you haven't yet. And take a moment, deep breath in and out. One knee at a time into the chest if you like. Little rock side to side. Circling knees one way, breathe in. Circle knees the other way, breathe out. Take our legs up to the sky. And we'll stay here for a moment for waterfall. So you can take your hands behind your thighs to help support them if you like. Or hands can be on the floor. Just reversing the flow of the blood from the feet back into the torso. Very rejuvenating. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, let go. Let's stay here. Let's cross the right leg over the left at the thigh. Bend your knees. See if you can find your shin bones, or maybe reach down towards your ankles. You're just hugging the legs in, and you're going to go into an opening I call it an opening, but you're actually pressing your feet out wide. This will get into the hip a little bit there. You can rock a little bit side to side. You might find more stretch one direction than the other. You can certainly do that. The key is to get your knees in towards your chest and try to get your legs to rotate, feet out towards the sides. Just take one more breath and relax. Extend your legs back to the sky. Cross the left thigh over the right. Bend the knees. Find your shins to hug those knees in. Maybe find your ankles. You want to try to keep your knees at a 90-degree angle. If you have your knees bent a lot, you may not feel as much stretch. But if you feel a whole lot of stretch here with your knees bent, go ahead and go with that. But I'm trying to get you to where you're opening up the knees. And then again, a little rock side to side. Keep the knees pressed in towards your chest. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, let it go. And then release. Take the feet to the floor. We're going to take the knees to the left side, the arms to the right. Get a nice gentle stretch here. Deep breath in and out. And slowly bring everything back to the center. You can wiggle a little bit side to side first, and then take your knees to the right, arms go to the left. Enjoy that stretch you feel there in the spine. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, release everything back to the center. And we're going to go into our Shavasana. So if you like to have support for your low back, you can take your knees together, feet wide. That feels really good. You can take your feet together, knees apart. This is reclined butterfly. You can extend your legs out about shoulder width apart. Let your toes fall to the sides. And that's the typical Shavasana position. Tuck under your shoulder blades, arms away from the body with the palms up. You can lay on your side. You can sit up if you prefer. But wherever you are, we're going to tense the whole body. So we have the shoulders tense, the arms and hands. You have your hips squeezing, your legs, thighs, all the way down to your toes squeezing. Your face is scrunching up. Take a breath in. As you exhale, release and let everything go. And with every exhale, continue to let go of any tension or tightness left in the body. Feel the softening come across the forehead. Muscles releasing around your eyes. Follow the release down the cheeks and the jawline. Allow your tongue to rest right behind the bottom teeth. Release any tension at the base of the head, down through the neck, down through your shoulders, traveling all the way down through the elbows, your wrists. Allow your hands to relax and let go. Release through the throat. Feel your collarbones soften and opening up. Feel the expansion of your heart space with every breath. Feel the release happening through your digestive system. Softening down through the right hip, your buttocks, your thigh, all the way down through the right leg, the ankle, the feet, and the toes. Release through the left buttocks and the hip, the left thigh, all the way down the left leg, past your ankle, your feet, and your toes. Continue to feel the whole body release and let go with every exhale. Feel the softness of energy coming in with every breath. The rhythm of the earth connecting with the rhythm of your heart. to take the next few moments noticing how your body feels. Turn your eye gaze inward. Feel the connection between the breath and the heartbeat. Maybe feel the heartbeat down into your fingertips. If you're not feeling the heartbeat into the fingertips, you can bring your thumb and index finger lightly pressed together. And when you feel that connection, that's an indication of the clear energy pathways. If you're not feeling the connection with the pulsing in the fingertips, there's some additional tightness somewhere, a blockage in the body. That once we find stillness, we can find the blockage. We can open it up. And it takes time. It takes patience. It takes self-care, because it's okay. We are where we are. Let's take a moment to take a soft inhale through the nose. Pause at the top of the inhale. Slowly let it go. Take a little bit deeper inhale. Pause at the top of the inhale. Slowly exhale, let it go. This time, as we take an inhale, you can release your arms and reach up past your head into a full body stretch, or just the arms reaching if you're seated or on your side. Pause at the top of the inhale. Exhale through your mouth and let it go. Bring the arms back down. And just begin to move the fingers and toes, the arms and the legs, a little rocking through your body. And then rolling over to one side if you're not there. And then when you're ready, if you're on your side, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position, your eyes closed or open, hands resting on your legs or in your lap. And just notice how you feel. I encourage you that when you do your yoga practice, at some point, close your eyes when you feel safe and secure, so you can connect with what's happening inside. Sometimes the visual stimulation just does not allow us to connect the way we probably should at some times. So when you feel disconnected, close the eyes, focus on the inward breath. Let's take our hands to the sides as we inhale, open the eyes, lift the arms up overhead, palms together to the heart as we breathe out. And again, hands to the sides, lifting, gathering energy, vitality, and joy. And as we exhale, bringing all these good things to our hearts. And that's our class. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, ladies, for
Thank
joining me
you.
today. It's been a pleasure having you with me. Pleasure having you join me at home. Hope you had a fantastic time with us. I know we did. We had a good warm time here again. All right, so I will see all of you later. Have a fantastic day. Bye.
Are you teaching tomorrow, Mary?